Let's bring in former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. There was a scientist from Harvard named Alina Chan, and she told NBC that at the time, this is going up when the virus was first starting, it was scarier to be associated with Trump and to become a tool for racists, so people didn't want to publicly call for an investigation into lab origins. But from your, as you look back at that time, does that track with what you remember?
Well, I can tell you, Dana, you were in the White House. You know how this goes. What actually should have happened is journalists should have done their job. There was a Pulitzer Prize waiting there for somebody to report on. And candidly, what they did is there was so much animosity towards Donald Trump, the president, and his administration that they weren't willing to look at the facts. We had shared those with a number of reporters, and what you had was Dr. Fauci and a number in the media that were willing to ignore it and actually side with China. You know, what is troubling about this is we just heard Jake Sullivan say we need China to actually help us out with this investigation. Well, they haven't been willing to do that for over 12 months now. So it's time that we hold them accountable and actually take action. And if not, Joe Biden is going to be the all words, no action kind of president when it comes to holding China accountable.
There's a lot of debate as to whether or not we'll ever get a true answer, but you can go back to early March of 2020 when the Chinese were deflecting responsibility for this back then. They were blaming the U.S. lab.
Bill, you're exactly right. I mean, if you'll recall, it has always been, according to the Chinese, it's been America's fault. It is a propaganda narrative that the Chinese have put out. And when are we going to say enough is enough? I can tell you in the previous administration, the president was very direct and candid about it, is not only do we need to have access, but we need to hold them accountable for what has happened across the globe, not just in the United States. And so what do we do? We say we're going to actually have the World Health Organization kind of come together and we're going to look at the origins. It didn't work then. It's not working now. So here's what we need to do. We need to not only get out of the World Health Organization, make this a condition, this transparency. If they're actually going to be effective, make sure that we have access. If not, get out of the World Health Organization. Or the other part of that is cut off aid to China. We still, as U.S. taxpayers, still give them U.S. money to help them with different kinds of initiatives in China. Cut it off. Make sure we have sanctions, hold them accountable until we get the transparency.
And can I also ask you about this? Speaker Pelosi is going to create this wealth inequality committee. And I mean, some people might think it's not a terrible idea to try to look at what's happening. The chairman, though, is going to be Jim Himes, congressman from Connecticut, very wealthy millionaire. She said, the Pelosi said, "I'm very proud of our chair of our committee, Jim Himes. He brings extensive professional experience as well as in the private sector, and expertise in affordable housing is one way to address it." Is it worth having a committee like this to try to see what happens? Kevin McCarthy is going to announce members later today that he's going to appoint.
Well, he's going to appoint members, but never underestimate D.C. Democrats' willingness to try to take a narrative and create a committee that will do absolutely nothing. I can tell you how they can fix it. There's a phone number to President Donald Trump who did fix it under the last administration. We had the lowest unemployment, Latino unemployment, the lowest African-American unemployment, the most women in the workforce. And yes, what we had were rising wages for many of our minority communities like we've never seen before. And so somehow they think that D.C. is going to fix this. This is all about a political narrative and not about the people they're trying to help.
Well, Mark Meadows, thank you for your time. We'll see where both of these issues go very soon.
Good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.